Hi, everyone and everyone, everyone and everyone. Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is Monday, April 7th, 2025. I just wanted to say January. I want to move forward. I don't want to move backward. You may follow me on the book, the tag, the tube, the lemonade, the blue sky social, the fan base, the Insta, the Pinterest, or not. Totally up to you. I might be reevaluating some of that stuff because, I originally I thought TikTok and Lemonade were going away, and now apparently they're staying. I don't know what's going on. I don't ever watch the news. And then I added Pinterest, and then my Insta account never went away, even though I asked them to take it away. Now I want to get rid of Facebook. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Anywho, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. If some of it does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. I just got into a war of words with somebody on Facebook because they posted I don't know if you guys I'm sure you guys heard about it. I don't know if you remember it. It was a couple of years ago. But this girl was in a hotel for a party, and basically she didn't get locked in the freezer, but she got stuck in the freezer and she died. And for years they were like, "Oh, we don't know anything. We don't know anything." Well, then a few years after, we got one on the table. It came out that she basically was unalived by two staff members there. She was put in the freezer deliberately after she had been, I'm just going to say it, raped multiple times. And the last time the one guy went to rape her, she hit, even though she was drunk, she tried to hit him, and he got pissed off. He got pissed off at her. So he hit her back, and then I don't know if he technically beat her or what, but she passed out, I guess, or hit her head or something. They wrapped her up, they put her in the freezer. She died. They have some of it on video, maybe all of it. I don't know. They showed some of it. And I just saw it last month because I hadn't heard about it for the longest time. And it was posted on Facebook as a story, and I got on there and I was like, well, they just talked about this, there was more evidence in the case, blah blah blah. And I said what I saw. And this guy gets on there and he goes, well, I think you just made all that up. He's like, that doesn't sound accurate. So I went and I looked at his Facebook page, and it says he's a content creator and he's got 1,000 followers. So cute. And I looked for a link tree or a link to something, Twitter, Insta, TikTok, nothing. So I'm like, okay, so you're just a creator on Facebook? Is that a thing? I know it's a thing, but wouldn't you have more than 1,000 followers to call yourself a creator? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking. Because technically, I don't even look at myself as a creator, and look at my TikTok. So I sent him the first message, and I was like, well, no, I'm not a liar. This happened. It was on the news, and then I saw it, okay. And then when I was done looking at his page, I posted another comment, and I said, you probably really shouldn't just call random people that you don't know liars. I said, especially women that have to pay attention to newsworthy cases like that, because we all could be subject to unaliving and SA at any given moment in any country in this world. We constantly have to watch out for ourselves because nobody else does it for us, not even the police. So, and then I said to him, I said, you're a content creator. I said, that's awesome. I said, you should check out my link tree and check out the documentary I did about myself last year on my second YouTube channel. And maybe you want to check out my TikTok where I have millions of views and millions of likes. Thanks for your comment. People are just so rude. Like if you don't have anything to contribute that makes sense or is helpful, then don't contribute, cuz that was not a contribution. That was just nonsense. Like you did not have to get on there and call me a liar and tell me I made it up and act like a fool. Like you just look like an idiot, you know? I don't understand people. And I like still like where's the content? How is he a creator? I want to see something. I was like, I want to see something. I'm not gonna lie, he triggered me just a little bit. Pardon me. Just a little bit triggering. Seriously though, like I don't think I've ever gotten on a post and been like, you're lying. You're making that up. Like who cares? People Here's the other thing. People get misinformation all the time. And people get misinformation that looks like news. I mean, now our whole country is known for it, basically. So you want to get on there and just assume, like, oh, I just, saw something and don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, do you still need to stop and make the comment? If it is misinformation, it was misinformation that was given to me as real news. I thought it was real news. It is what it is. Sue me. Like, her mother sued the hotel, by the way. I don't know if she ever won in that case. I mean, the whole thing was a cover-up from the beginning. It smelled bad from the beginning. It smelled like rotten eggs. Like she's there for a party with tons of other people. They have no video footage of her walking around when it happened. They're like, oh, we don't have anything. We don't know. You don't know how she ended up in the freezer? And then they were like, oh, she just must have ended up there on her own. Okay. But again, like you have no video footage of her walking around. And then finally, years later, they release the footage of her walking around. And I think the guy raped her in the kitchen. I can't remember what they said. Or in like a room off the kitchen or something. I don't know. Or maybe it wasn't even in the kitchen. Because they literally showed her in the elevator, getting off the elevator, walking through the lobby. They showed her walking in the kitchen. And she was drunk. I mean, you could tell she was not walking steady, It's just a sad story. And why the hotel would cover that up? Like if they thought that it was someone there that worked in the hotel, turn them in. Why would you want to cover that up? Like the second you realized like there was something going on, you should have said something. Because then you just look like freaking incompetent. Like I wouldn't want to stay at that hotel. I think it was like was it the Crown Plaza? Sorry, I'm not even naming the cards. We got 8 cards on the table. I'll do one more shuffle after this. What is this? Last shuffle. I haven't used these cards in so long. I think because typically, like, I feel like they give out very karmic reads usually, so, like, I try to stay away from it, but they're not bad. There's actually what's the tea deck? I got mine off Amazon. There's actually another one on there similar, and it's called The Tea or something like that. I have it in my saved list on there. We got Dirty Offer, Carless. We got Hooked. We got Too Busy Winning. Oh yeah, we're winning. We got Broke Ass. We got Divination Abuser. We got Moves in Silence. Bad Reputation. Wasting Time. Bottom of the deck. Pardon me. So we got 9 total. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. Doesn't matter. So this is kind of funny, but I mean, not funny, but kind of funny. So somebody wants to come towards somebody with a dirty offer, but with the Carless card, they don't know how to get this person this dirty offer. And it's the car, like in this reading, doesn't have anything to do with the car. It just has to do with movement. Like this person doesn't know how to get this other person the dirty offer. Like text, email, calling, like for whatever reason, like it's either not going through, or like every time this person decides, okay, I'm going to text them and see about, getting together for, little whatever, they're thwarted. And that goes back to what I said before. I said this over the weekend or last week. And I always use myself as an example. Like, I don't have anybody blocked on my phone for anything. Like, in my contacts, I have nobody blocked. Nobody blocked on my Facebook. Nobody blocked on nobody. Nobody blocked. So if somebody wanted to reach out and call me or text me or email me and they are not able to get through, that has nothing to do with me. That is either A, something having to do with them, B, something having to do with their internet or devices, or C, that is divinely guided. Because I have absolutely no one blocked, not even the ex-best friend, not even. And I have not heard from any of these people. So if any of them were to be like, well, I tried to call you, but you didn't pick up, or I tried to leave a message, but so and so and so, I'll be like, you never called me. You were never in my voicemail. You never texted me. Well, you must have me blocked. Nope, don't have you blocked. And actually, it's kind of funny because I didn't tell you guys this. When I was talking to the guy for the last 2 months, the one that swung back around after we kind of fooled around in 2023, after my divorce, one of the things he said to me was, oh, you had me blocked. Like, you must still have me blocked. Dude, if I had you blocked, you wouldn't even be able to reach me through Messenger. And the funny thing is I didn't have his phone number. I got rid of his phone number because after a year and a half of no contact, I figured he's not going to call me and I don't want to call him. So I deleted his phone number. I didn't even have it. Because when he did finally call me, like so we could actually talk on the phone, yeah, I didn't know that was his phone number. And he's like, I called you, but you didn't pick up. And I was like, why would I pick up a phone number I don't know? And why would you call and not leave a voicemail? Like, hey, Kim, I just called. Call me back. No, didn't even. I don't understand people. But whatever. He was like, oh, you must have me blocked. If I had you blocked, You wouldn't be reaching out. You wouldn't be able to be reaching out. And second, don't have you blocked on anything. Nothing. And I told him that. I'm like, you're not blocked. I said, you're not blocked because A, I don't care. And B, I haven't heard from you in a year and a half. I figured, sayonara. It gives that energy. Like this person either is really not trying to come in with this offer, or it's divinely like kiboshed. Like God is like, no, you're not contacting this person. You're not giving them a dirty offer. We already talked about this. Don't be stupid. It gives off that kind of vibe. And it's funny because whoever this person is, they thought the person they want to give the dirty offer to, they thought that person was hooked on them. Like, oh, this person is hooked on me. Like, they'll be there waiting. Like, I can go back anytime. It's okay. It's all good. 5 years later, here I come. Sure, I'll be waiting. I didn't get married and have 3 kids. Not at all. I didn't buy a house in the Hamptons because I made $1 million on the lottery. But you know what I'm saying? Like, people are just like, whoever this is very full of themselves. They thought you would wait with the hook card. And it's kind of funny because whoever this person is, they think they're too busy. Like, oh, I'm just too busy. I'll call him tomorrow. Oh, I'll text him tomorrow. I'm just too busy. The thing is you're probably the one that's busy. You're the one probably living your life and doing whatever. And this person is like constantly making excuses not to come in with this really great dirty offer. Again, they think you're hooked and waiting. They think they're living their best life. But the funny thing is you're probably living yours. Do not ever, ever wait for somebody to come back around. Ever. Ever. When that guy came back around to me 2 months ago, it was funny because one of the things he said to me was, oh, I didn't think you would talk to me. And I said to him, I said, it's been over a year and a half. I said, first of all, like, I didn't think you would ever come back around. And I had absolutely zero plans of doing that myself. I said, but a year and a half, more than a year and a half later, and you think what? Like, I'm still upset that we broke up. I broke up with him. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand people. And I said to him, I said, no, why wouldn't I talk to you? And he goes, well, I figured you'd still be upset. Upset about what? I broke up with you. Did we forget like the events of what was happening? Do we not remember? And not only that, but I broke up with him and he was in a relationship with someone else in 3 months. And he really didn't he really did not like it when I was talking to him. And I was like, well, I'm single and you're in a relationship. He did not like that. I got in my little jabs every once in a while when we were talking. But yeah, it's that energy like where they think you're waiting. They're out there busy doing their own thing. When they're ready to swing back around, like they'll swing back around and you'll just be waiting. And I don't think you're waiting. And I hope you're not waiting. Please do not wait. Like I said, this guy thought I was waiting, thought I wouldn't talk to. Like, it was very contradictory with him, which is one of the last things I said to him. I said, you're not really being honest or truthful about anything. I said, so I don't know what there is to say. Like, you're in a relationship and I want a relationship, but I can't be in a relationship with someone that's already in a relationship with someone else. That doesn't really work. Whoever this person is, I broke ass. You want me to be honest? Yeah, they might not have money, okay? I mean, I probably depends paycheck to paycheck, right? But really what I'm getting is whoever this is, they're just like emotionally bankrupt. And I don't mean like, oh, like they're the devil, or oh, they're, they're a sadist, or oh, no, I'm just saying that this person, like, they don't get it. They just don't get it. They emotionally, mentally, like they're not getting it. And again, like, I feel this is someone very much like in their ego, like thinking they're so freaking great that everybody's waiting on them, right? To swing back around. And I just don't feel like that's the case here. This person is a divination abuser. Now, I don't think, take how it resonates with what you know about this person for you, but I'm getting more of just someone that speaks negativity, and not even like, I'm not even talking like abuse or anything like that. Just someone that, like, instead of putting positive out there, they put negative vibes. And it's like, come on, can't you say something else? Kind of like that, just stupid stuff too. Like, oh, so and so will never get a good job. They're always going to be stuck at that job where they make $12 an hour. So and so, she's not pretty, but if she would get breast implants, she would be. Just like stupid negative comments that you just don't need to say. You just don't need to say them. This person moves in silence. The funny thing is, and they do move in silence. Don't get me wrong. Like, they're pretty good at, like whoever this is, they're pretty good about protecting their own energy, protecting what they have going on. But the moves in silence, like, first off, it really gives off like, um was it like Inspector Gadget vibes? Did you ever watch that show? Like, I think it was in the 80s, the original one, the cartoon. And he would be like creeping along, and then all of a sudden something would happen, or something would blow up, and his little helicopter hat would come on, and he would like fly away. it, it gives like this person thinks like there's some kind of, I guess, magician. They're like, oh, I move in silence, nobody can detect me, nobody knows what I got going on. Want to bet? Like, this person with the bad reputation card, they're known for being this way. Like, they're known for being in their ego. People know that, like, they're always going to swing back around to like old conquests and stuff. They're always going to come back with like a dirty offer. So like, if you date this person and you guys break up after 6 months, like, maybe like 4 months later, like, they've run through their supply of conquests, and they swing back around to you, and they're like, hey, um how about we get together and order a pizza and watch a movie or something? You know what I mean? Like, trying to reel you in with some BS, thinking that you're not going to notice like patterns. Like you're not going to notice that this person has issues. And don't get me wrong, like we've all been there. I mean, I think back to when I was innocent. I mean, I still very much give off like that happy innocent vibe, but I'm not, you know? I've had so much stuff happen to me. So many horrible things happen to me. Like I like this person calling me, 6 months later, 4 months later, a year later, and being like, "Hey, you want to order a pizza? I'll come to your place so we can watch a movie." Like I I don't even know I don't even know that I would answer the phone for someone like this. And it's kind of funny because I already told you guys that when the guy swung back around 2 months ago, like I was brutally honest with him. I was like, "You're in a relationship and I'm single. So, like, this is not going to go anywhere. Like, I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not going to date you. Like, you're literally in a relationship with someone else." Like, it literally says that on your Facebook page. And I know people will be like, "Oh, Facebook doesn't mean anything." When he has it on his Facebook page for a year and a half more that he's in a relationship with this woman, he's in a relationship with this woman. Otherwise, take it off, right? If you're not in a relationship with her, take it off. So I was very open and honest with him from the beginning. I'm like, nothing's going to happen between us, but if you want to be friends, we can be friends. And I did that video where I was talking how I was talking with him about sex before. And I do that with anybody. Like if you're my friend, male or female, I talk about sex. Like I don't care. I don't care. Um I joke around, that kind of thing. And I don't mean like in a, like hitting on them or, making them feel weird kind of way. I don't mean like that. But like if sex comes up, it doesn't bother me to talk about it with another person. And yeah, him and I had discussions and I said, "Look, we can talk about sex all day cuz I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Sex is sex, whatever." I said, "But you're not getting it from me. I already told you that. I was upfront and told you that in the first conversation we had when you reached out to me." And we had our last conversation at the beginning of last week, and like he still didn't get what I was trying to tell him. Like he's like, "Oh, we never can talk," and we always end up getting mad at each other. And I'm literally sitting there thinking, like, I'm not mad. Like, what do I have to be mad about? You're not my boyfriend. We're not together. Like, I didn't even respond to that when he said that to me. I was just like, okay, okay, all right. Like, I don't know what you want to hear, buddy. It gives off whoever this is gives off some type of vibe like that. Like this person is known for being giving people the runaround and thinking people are hooked and they're going to wait for them and they can go off and do their own thing and come back whenever they want. And it's funny because whoever this person is, they just waste a lot of time. And forget about like wasting time for the person that they want to give the dirty offer to. They're wasting their own time. Like how and I've said this before, I haven't said it in a while. Like when you're single, like how long do you plan on being single for? Like if you're in your 30s, male or female, and you're single, like are you planning on having kids? Now granted it's a little different for women than men because men technically can have kids for a long time, well into their elder years, let's say, whereas women typically have to have children within a certain scope of time in order for there to not be complications with the baby and the birth and all that. And as you get older, women go into menopause and women have a harder time giving birth. And that's, like I was saying, I don't know if it was this morning or if it was yesterday in one of the reads. I mentioned how, like, when you're 40 years old, when a woman is 40 years old, if she gets pregnant at the age of 40, her pregnancy is considered geriatric. Geriatric means like old people, like old people, like 70s, 80s, 90s. And you look at a 40-year-old woman that wants to have a baby, that's having a baby, as a geriatric. They call it a geriatric pregnancy, or they used to. Maybe they might have changed it. All I know is in 2015, when I got married to the ex-husband, my gynecologist, who was a man, very nice man, I love him to death, but he was like, "Are you guys gonna have kids?" And I'm like, "I don't think so. Like, no." And he's like, "You're 35, so if you want to have kids, you should do it before you're 40. That's considered a geriatric pregnancy." My gynecologist is Italian. Okay. I don't know if his wife is Italian, I think, but he's Italian. He was born here, but his parents were from there, his grandparents, whatever. I think they're all here, but they go back to Italy like once or twice a year to visit other family. And I think he has 3 kids. And now they're all like a little bit old. I think the last time I asked him about it, I think his youngest one was like 20, 18, 16, somewhere in there. But it was funny because, like, in Italy, you would think, it doesn't matter, who cares? Like, they're very go with the flow kind of people. But it was just funny for him to say that to me. Like, "Oh, if you want to have kids, you should do it before you're 40. It's a geriatric pregnancy." It's like, okay. But I always say, like, whether you're a man or a woman, if you're out there in the streets and you're having a good time, like, when are you going to be done having a good time? Like, how long can you have a good time for? And when does it stop being a good time? Because I'm just gonna be brutally honest, and I've said this before. Like, I've been on my celibate journey for a little over a year and a half now, and well, it'll be 2 years in June. It'll be 2 years in June. I mean, technically, I didn't start it till like July, but the last time I had sex was 2 years ago in June. So I just can't imagine like putting up with all the BS out there for men and women to think that sex is worth that. Because to me, it's just not. The peace that I have being on my own, not being beholden to someone, not having to take care of someone, not being responsible for someone else's mental, whatever, emotional, whatever, well-being, I guess you would say. Um, like, I enjoy very much being on my own. The sex, I mean, I could care less. At this point, like, you're really going to have to wow me to get my pants off. I'm not going to lie. Because the amount of peace that I get from just being on my own and not having to even think about like anything having to do with a significant other, I'm just so happy. Like, I'm just so much, I feel like I'm just so much better off right now. And it's not to say that I don't want a partner in the future. I do. I don't want to spend the rest of my life alone. I can admit that. But like right now, I'm happy where I'm at. Like I cannot imagine wasting my time out in those streets looking for a man, looking for a woman, not finding anybody good enough, and just constantly rotating through humans for entertainment, for sex. Like I just don't get it. And the people that do that into their 50s, their 60s, even higher, like what is the draw? Like what is the attraction there? And I've said this before, like, do you want to die an old man or an old woman alone? Because here's the thing, when I say I do want to get into a relationship, I probably want to get into a relationship like within the next year or two. And I would prefer for it to be a long-standing relationship, whether it's marriage or not. The thing is I don't want to be 70 or 80 years old and like no significant other, and I'm looking for somebody to take care of me or to sit with me, because I'm retired and I sit in front of the TV all day. Like what? Like I should have already found that like 20 years ago. Do you know what I mean? And these people that are 50, 60, and they're still dating. Still dating. Have you ever been married? There was a there's a content creator on TikTok. Her name, she goes by the name Shonda, and because that's her name. But she talks about relationships. All of her videos are about relationships. And there was this one where this guy was like, he had been married and they got divorced. And then he's out there, dating, whatever. But he literally goes to the ex-wife. Like she'll cook him dinner, she'll do his laundry for him. I don't think they were sleeping together, but like she was doing wifely stuff for him, and they're not even married anymore. And I was like, dude, you guys got divorced. Like for him, like, okay, fine, I guess, like, you're kind of getting taken care of. But what happens when she finds somebody else? When she realizes you're a user and she finds somebody else, and then you're back on your own and you've wasted 10 years, like going to have dinner and get your laundry done at your ex's. Like those whole 10 years, you could have been in a relationship with somebody that loved you instead of, cattailing it around out there. It doesn't make sense to me sometimes. And whoever this is, it stuck, no changes, limited. They're literally just out there wasting time. And if they're wasting time, why couldn't they come in with this dirty offer? Like, why is it so difficult to get this person the dirty offer? And the fun, okay, so this wasting time card. So the funny thing is, like I said, they're out there wasting time, right? Messing around. If this person actually gets through and gives this other person this dirty offer and they don't accept it, they're going to be like, well, why are you wasting my time? Like I can just totally picture it in my head. Like, oh, you're hee-hawing about this offer? Like, why are you wasting my time? Like, dude. Oh. Definitely, whoever this is, man or woman, very immature, not evolved, not enlightened. Again, somebody very much in their ego. That's it. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I just wanted to make sure like I wasn't seeing something else or missing something else. All right. Well, I'll be glad to be rid of this energy. I hope it resonated for someone. I always hate saying that when I get reads like this. Like, I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it entertaining. I hope you all have a great evening, day, whatever, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.